Look around and be honest. Do we ever really consider how truly blessed we are to have eyesight? A beautiful sunset, a white sandy beach with clear blue water rushing ashore, spring flowers in bloom, a child's smile, a puppy. You get the picture. But imagine if you couldn't. What if all you saw was dull or diffuse light, or even darkness?
A squirrel! Jaden, should we open up the first page and see about...
For these children, that's all they know. But thanks to the Anchor Center for Blind Children, being visually impaired doesn't mean they don't have a vision.
Open your eyes, your prize is right before you somehow. Whatever you do, just don't miss now.
Hebrews 6:19 says, "We all have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure." Well, I found a place that embodies that scripture tucked away in a Denver neighborhood. The Anchor Center for Blind Children offers a rope of hope to parents when they need it most.
So as long as he has a good support system, and that's what they have given him here, he's gonna thrive.
Can you find a girl?
Yes, I can find the girl. Here, you can have...
At 6 months, doctors discovered Jaden was missing some optical nerves.
Nothing can be corrected, just managed. So we started an Anchor Center to help him with his day-to-day life with that low vision in that one eye.
Every student at Anchor Center gets one-on-one intervention and education to help foster their full potential.
So the two of the big things that we want to use are sound and touch. So sounds, for example, we were using sounds with the animals. The bird?
Tweet.
Every single person, visually impaired or not, experiences the world in different ways. And so the fact that our students experience the world in a different way is almost irrelevant. That's their life, that's their experience. Everybody has strengths, and it's finding what these strengths are, working on strengths, discovering what weaknesses are, and working on weaknesses. And I think for our students, that is the way forwards.
Helen Keller said, "I can see, and that's why I can be happy in what you call the dark, but which is to me golden. I can see a God-made world, not a man-made world."
I think a lot of times the world sees a child who's blind or a person who's blind or has a vision impairment and thinks, oh, that's so sad. It's not. These kids and these people are full of potential. Their lives are full and they are capable of so much. And I think we, as sighted people, need to recognize that and give them the opportunity to show us what they can do.
Anchor, I would say, was a catalyst for me, was a way for me to start being independent. I get emotional talking about Anchor. I was pretty immobile. Like, I didn't go a lot of places, I didn't move much. And Anchor was kind of a way for me to be more mobile and drag me out of a shell, if you will.
Do you have fond memories of Anchor Center?
I was at Anchor Center the first day I was there, and these two little girls came up to me and said, "Well, what's your name?" And I said, "Dave." And I said, "Well, come on, let's go." And they grabbed me by the hands and pulled me down the hallway, and I just started laughing. And I really haven't stopped moving since. We also had sibling day, and I have a twin brother and an older sister, and they would come in. They're both sighted.
And I remember they put us in the blackout room, the sensory room, and gave us things to look at and things to do when suddenly we couldn't rely on our vision, just to gain a greater understanding of what our siblings were going through. And it was pretty fascinating. I know my other brother, Matt, and I were kind of taken aback. We had worked with Dave, we'd interacted with him, but we'd never been in that situation. And it was interesting. I think for me, it was the first time I realized that it was harder for Dave. Like I said, I kind of just saw him as my brother, and I didn't realize how difficult things could be.
So he said you didn't go easy on him. Was that by design?
Yeah, yeah, that was well, and design and necessity. 3 children, 2 years apart. Twins, and 1 2 years. You have to pull your own weight. Throw them in, let them swim. You just there's nothing they can't do. So let them do it and stand behind them, and don't lower your expectations, because that's not fair. That's not fair to the child.
I do self-advocacy work and disability advocacy work of a company called In-Sightful Living, and if anybody's looking for a speaker on disability advocacy or accessibility, let me know. And I'm a massive baseball fanatic. When I'm not doing all that, I'm listening to, people stream Netflix, and I stream baseball games on the radio, because baseball's a sport that I can visualize as it happens, and it's a radio sport, and I love it. So yeah, we'll see what the Rockies do.
So you love your life?
Yes, I do. People, there's a lot of people that either think blindness is, oh, it's so sad, boy. And I've had sighted people say to me, God, I don't know what I would do if I was blind. I just don't know. I'm like, okay. I mean, for me, it's been this way all my life. It's going to be different for somebody who's lost their vision. They're going to tell you a totally different story. For me, I've always been this way. And I really can't complain at all. I've got a great life. I love what I do, and have a very supportive family and supportive parents. And I think Anchor syndrome was the start of that.
Open your eyes, your prize is right before you somehow. Whatever you do, just don't miss now.